Shit. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Shit. Automatically flagged. Gone. Take it off. It is the Plan B After Show podcast, a week in review or weekly review, whatever the hell you want to call
something
it.
Like that.
Oh, something like that. Brock Hunter. And honestly, this was kind of a crazy week. We had a lot of things going on. I don't know if we could wrap it all up with just three.
It's just another week gone in the blink of an eye, man. Just what the hell? It's Friday. We're doing the podcast already. I feel like we just did one.
Like I like to say, hurling towards death, just one day at a time, quickly. So here are the main ones. I think the first one we could talk about, this was at the beginning of the week. We had that story about those two sisters having that drunken fight at Disney World. The one girl who had her top taken off and she threw up, and then they got it. It was just a whole mess. But Hunter, you brought up
shit show. That's
what
it was.
It was a shit show, just like this. You brought up the perfect point, though. Is they recently just added beer to Disney World, okay?
Exactly.
Which for a lot of parents, that's awesome. You know what? Have a couple beers, take the edge off. All the kids are screaming. It's a mess.
Did you know how important that beer stand is? And they only put them in like certain parts of the park. You know, and you really got to like study the map to find these things. But they do have beer now at Disney World. And it's very important because, trust me, as an adult, I don't have that 9 screaming kids with me. And I still need beer. I need beer. Yeah. So I'm dealing with your kids, but dude, I couldn't imagine being a parent. And how'd they do it without beer?
They had the flasks. They snuck a flask in. But no, the point is, a few more incidents like this, they're going to take it away. Don't ruin it for the rest of us because you can't handle your booze.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Don't blow it. It's going to take one person too, or 2 Karens. Whoever these girls were.
2 Karens. Yeah, they were 2 sisters, the Karen sisters.
No more booze for anybody.
Yeah. Well, see these 2? You can blame these 2 over here because they don't know how to handle their booze. Knock it off. Act
Back
like
to sneak it in flash. Here we go.
Dear God. Back to keistering bottles of booze into the Disney World. That's what it is. Why'd you have to put it in there? I don't know.
A flask in his little red outfit, dude.
Oh, dude, if I had to wear one of those costumes, I'd be fucking drunk all the time. So. Okay, so there we learned that don't ruin booze at Disney World for the rest of us. How about this one? This was probably one of the funnier stories out of the last week. That Ohio mayor that said ice fishing can lead to prostitution.
Oh my God, I forgot about that already. Jesus, dude.
So if you missed it, and by the way, he resigned because of the fallout from him making this ridiculous.
Good. I'm glad. I hope we had something to do with that because, dude, he should resign.
This Ohio mayor comes, and this is at like a town hall meeting. He's like, well, you see, the problem and what I see can happen with ice fishing is what's from saying that a guy can't go out there and say, well, I'd like to rent an ice shanty for a couple hours, and then that leads to prostitution. He honestly thought that guys are going to go out, rent ice shanties, and then get a hooker to come to the ice shanty while on the ice.
Dude, he connected 2 fucking dots that are absolutely complete opposite ends from each other, dude. How? Like
how?
Dude, here's what. So we talked about this off air too a lot. It's like for me initially, if I hear somebody say something like that, in that regard, that's a great example. A phrase like that, in my brain, I'm like, what the fuck else do they think? What other things are they believe in, dude? That are just absolutely so far fetched.
That's a good point. It's like, how far is your brain going? If you're putting that together, what other crazy scenarios? Yeah.
I want to talk to your wife. You know, I want to interview her.
Well, I would love you to, but she actually ran off with a prostitute that she met while ice fishing. That's why I'm bringing this up. That's the only thing I can see happening. That's it. Oh, man. So, yeah, there you go. Next thing, I tell you what, Hunter, I've been ice fishing a lot of times. That's never happened. There's never been a knock on the shanty door. Well, hi, boys. You want some company? No, we don't. I'm trying to catch some fish.
The only wet hole I'm dipping my pole into is catch fish.
It's cold. It's a cold, wet hole. All right. So there you go. Ice fishing, prostitution, the other thing we learned. Why don't we end with this one? Our final thing from this week is Facebook changing the news feed. Oh, I'm sorry. Meta, Facebook by Meta, no longer is having the news feed. Now it's just called the feed. What do you think about this?
It's the feed.
I think they're just trying to polish this turd. We all know Zuckerberg's public image has just been going down the turlet Every month it seems like there's something new that comes up.
Does it seem like people are like kind of piling on to like trying to like, all right, Facebook's down, let's fucking get it.
Yeah,
let's get it while it's down. Let's beat it. Let's beat him while he's down. Facebook's been around for so long, dude. It's never going to go anywhere, dude. It survived Instagram. Bought Instagram.
I think we will see it change, and morph into different things, because we never thought MySpace was going to go anywhere. Right. You think that would still be around? I think there will be an ebb and flow. It's Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, what is Tom? You know what? He's probably sitting on a fucking beach,
dude, enjoying it, not having to deal with all the bullshit like Mark's got to deal with.
That's what Mark should have done. He should have sold it years ago. He should have sold it 5 years ago. Man, just kick back and do whatever he does. That weird lizard man, that alien that he is.
You know? Yeah. There's got to be a point where you make enough money where you're just like, dude, I don't want to deal with all the paperwork and
don't you think, dude? He's worth millions and millions of dollars. And it's like, get while the getting's good.
Billions, dude. Billions.
With all of that money, that draws a lot of attention to you. All right. You're in the public eye. Get out of there, because people are going to scrutinize everything you do. Cash that check, go buy an island and just veg, man.
You can't do that, can you? Like, that's not even an option if you're that rich. Like, if he wanted to just like pack up and be like, I'm done. I'm going to take this amount of money out of the bank. I'm going to be good. I'm going to live the rest of my life off of this. And do you guys do what you want? You can't do that, can you?
Tom from MySpace did it. Was the last thing.
Yeah, I think he did it before, though.
You think we're too far down the rabbit hole at this point?
Like, MySpace wasn't to where Facebook, has been and is going, I guess,
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, if you're Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, you just a point where you're like, dude, it's like you have to keep it going. So many people's lives are,
you're involved. You're basically involved in everyone's life now at this point. Well, we're gonna post this podcast on Facebook, so I mean it's there. Yeah. Talking shit about the owner, right out there. You hear that, Zuckerberg? You son of a bitch.
They're big fans of this podcast too. That's good.
Yeah, they love it. So I don't know, dude. For me, it's not going to get any better for him. At this point, the damage is done. The privacy issues, just him and just how I don't know. I think at this
You're not
point,
on the air right now. My phone's going nuts.
What?
Are you on the air?
Yeah.
Like live on the air? Or radio
No. We're good.
Okay. My phone's just blowing up, and that's the first thing I think of.
You know what? So that's our weekly recap. What is it about us doing a show and people like I'm like, I am at work. I know I don't have a serious job, but Jesus Christ.
It's like, I'm not getting in your damn back end loader, dude. Tapping you.
Hey, what are you doing over there? Hey, I got
you know what's funny is it's never like off air. It's like as soon as the mic cracks, dude, just fucking ding, 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 ding. I got the loudest ringtone in the world too. So
I'm busy,
dude. You can hear my ringtone at a Top Field drag event, dude. As those things are going down the track.
You got a text. Anyway, well, hey, let's get while the getting's good. I don't think we have anything else to add to this. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time on the weekly recap on the Plan B After Show podcast. Later.